Waylon.
Yeah.
All right, baby. I just want to make sure we can hear each other. Can you hear the music?
Yeah, I can hear them.
Okay, cool.
Where everybody else at?
They on their way, bro. You know how they do, slow motion.
What? All we gotta do is click the link.
But you know, I told everybody I told everybody later about 8:50 because I wanted to get on, make sure it was running, people see us. Yeah. Oh nah, you know me, I'm always gonna make sure. So it's all good. Just want to make sure we got a little groove going.
Are we already live?
Don't worry about that. Get on there.
We already live?
No, I mean we live. Like you can go to Twitch and Facebook and all that and see each other. But yeah, we not live. Like nobody can't see us yet. I just hate I can't do what I normally do at the studio. Switch back through the screen and stuff. Yeah. Or what?
Hello.
What's up, Lee?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Y'all know I don't. Oh, you got a whole background. Do I get to choose a background?
Nah, you good. I'm gonna take it off. I'm at Rudy's right now. You know, so that's the Rudy's background.
Are you really at Rudy's? I thought you're not supposed to be at Rudy's. Are you being funny?
No, this.
You know
what? Dwight, this one right here. She's a character.
Don't y'all judge me. I told y'all I wasn't techie.
She is a character.
All the way. All the way through.
I'm ready to inbox Fifi and tell it.
I'm gonna tell it.
Oh, I got our phone.
Why I can't see nobody?
Cause ain't nobody got their video camera on.
I got mine on.
I didn't turn my video off.
No.
Well, hello. Hey.
I got a picture here because she upside down.
No.
I'm not gonna be able to be in here with you.
Nope. So take this with you.
I seen that. Ooh. What in the name was that? Feedback. Now, if that little 6-year-old come in here, I apologize. I told her don't come in here. She made me lose my job. She gonna have to find her somewhere else to live. Can't be messing with the church's money.
Look, I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get you some of the church's money. Not all of it.
Not all of it. Y'all tell me when we get ready to clock out, because I'm gonna work while till we get on, okay?
Okay.
I gotta get this contract out real quick till we get on.
Please make the money. That's what I'm doing all day. Just feedback. All right.
What's wrong? Like, you ain't doing nothing.
I don't know.
He got to finish brushing his hair.
Okay, we good?
Hey y'all, I have 10 people that want to do virtual cooking class.
That's what's up. That's all you need.
The link, Greg, you were saying you want some people to come on or what?
We're gonna see how it roll first, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
I don't want to just do it all at once because I want to make sure that everybody see us.
Right.
But yeah, when we, if it's going good and we don't lose nothing, because I'm looking on Facebook, we all are.
Okay.
What's up, Whit?
Hello.
And then if y'all want to, y'all can share it. I want to say share it to your Instagram pages as well.
Can I eat my donut on here?
Oh Lord, I don't care.
Oh no, that's what I'm talking about right here.
The donuts. Now, the only crazy thing is the delay is crazy. That is the only thing I don't like about this. The delay. Like everything that you're doing, I see it. But it's a delayed reaction on my side.
I can't think. What's the little thing? Brussels sprouts.
And then I'm gonna go on.
Y'all spell Brussels. Brussels.
I'm gonna go Instagram on my iPad, just in case there's people who still want to go on Instagram, want to see. I can I'm gonna pin the link to where to go on my iPad. So we'll see. We'll see how they roll. Charles Drive.
Yep. Yeah, you know I have to go. You know I have to go to little brother duties right quick.
I know you did. It's all good. As long as I got you on.
The church and the pastor almost saying it.
It's gonna be cool though. It's a good trial run. I'm just amazed.
Like you on CNN or something.
I know. Look, he look like he about to give a good ass report. What's the report? Bro? Raiders start getting ready at about 10 o'clock.
Oh, Don Lemon looking like
CC had him in there. Well, you better go in there and get ready.
Change my background. How I change my background, y'all?
Girl, look.
Don't be girl, look at me. Y'all teach me some stuff. See, when I want to learn, then you want to be fun.
No, because you don't want to learn. You don't want to learn.
I don't. My bad. You right. Hey, work husband.
What's up
I
with?
miss you. Don't do us. We be having silent conversation on the way.
Good. I'm glad y'all do.
Me, Brown, and
Now we just waiting on Bree. I don't know why I can't hear the music on my side, but I don't care. As long as y'all can hear it. As long as it's playing on Instagram. Yeah, as long as it's playing on Instagram and stuff, I can care less.
Yeah.
Let's find a good word.
I'm gonna do this for right now. While we waiting on Bree. I'm a pin that.
Is Bree at?
Yeah.
We all should have been on time tonight.
Especially you. I was worried about you.
Click the link. Just click the link.
He said, click the link.
Click the link wherever you at.
Right, when we get out, I want you to say that. Click the link.
Click the link.
Hold on, let me say this right here.
I got no excuse. Just click the link.
What am I doing? Finger sandwiches, turkey chicken and ham, fruit kebabs, meatball skewers, wings, rice, and pepper. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
There she go. There she go, y'all.
Hey, Bree.
There go Miller. There go Miller. All right, man. So that's it. Let's go and do this like we normally do.
Oh, we got the cameras on?
What you mean? Yeah, you got to show the video. It's cool. I can stop mine. I'll stop the video. I was trying to pin mine, but it's okay. Like I said, I ain't worked out all the kinks and kinks, but we'll get it done. What's up, girl? Come on, Black History.
What's up with?
All right, so y'all ready? We're gonna get this prayer in. Heavenly Father, we come to right now, Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for giving us the technology and the ways to continue doing what we like to do, man. We like to enhance our culture, take them to a whole nother level, and we do it all in the name of you. We hope everything we do is always good and seeable in your own eyesight. Be with us through this whole little weather thing that we're going through. We know you sit high and look low, so you will protect those, protect those who need to protect those who are actually on the street. Protect the homeless in this weather. Find them some safe places to lay their head tonight. and somewhere to be warm. Lord, we love you. We thank you for all the many blessings that you bestowed upon us. We ask all these things in your daughter's son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, man. We're going to go and get cracking. Hopefully people join in. If not, now, y'all, if y'all have something y'all can go on from time to time just to see if it's still there. I mean, I'm looking at it, but you know, once we start talking, we talking. Hey, we're doing good. We got like 6 people on right now. Oh, I guess that's us. No, I'm sure. I'm playing. I mean, I'm just saying, other than us. That's what I'm talking about. All right, man. We gonna get this music turned down. All right. Trying to pull a double duty. All right, I'm just gonna stop it. All right. So if you just tuned in, look, we're doing something a little different. Because of the weather, we never fret. We like to bring it to you always. The full 180 right here live on Zoom, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Look, we bring it to you no matter where we are. We always try to make it happen, man. You know how we get down to full 180. I am yours truly, DJ TRKKY. I got the family with me, and you are listening to the full 180, zooming live on all your media outlets. Man, don't forget to always, you're looking for a good church home, to check out TCAP right there, the Church of Philadelphia, right there in Fort Worth, Texas. My main man, my BF, Mr. Ontario Jones. You know him as Bishop Jones, along with Lady T. I call Lady T, they call her Lady J. Whatever the case may be, man. You want a good home when it comes to church and a good foundation, please check out my main man, Mr. Ontario Jones, Bishop Jones, right there in Fort Worth at TCAP, the Church of Philadelphia. Always don't forget to always check out our lady. She got the treats, the sweets, and the meal to get you what you need, my brother. She goes by the name of El Boogie. We call her, what you need to call her, Lisa. Chef Lisa E, that is. She with Elite Treats. Man, look, you want a good meal? Trust me, I done had these mashed potatoes and I think I'm hooked and I need something else. So make sure you holler at my sister today. But without further ado, man, we're gonna get into it. I ain't gonna wait. This is something new to us, so we want to make sure we do it new to you. So what do we do around this time? It's time to go get together with these church announcements. Never near or far. We keep the first lady with us. Somebody to bless us and give us what we need. And at all times, we always do what? Govern ourselves
accordingly.
All right. Well, come on, First Lady. KC is staying with the church announcements.
Hello, saints, ain'ts, and others. Can y'all hear me out there?
We hear you fine.
Okay. Well, I'm
come on, lady. You feel it, Pastor?
We are still the full 180 cast, whether it's Zoom or whether we in the studio. Hello, everybody. I'm coming to you with the church announcements for the full 180 combo. And I'm going to start off with the sponsorship promo pricing, which is a weekly package for $50. You get a 60-second ad play 4 times a day, a 20-minute spotlight on your business and organization, and a guest appearance on 2 of our shows. You also get a monthly package. Well, you can purchase a monthly package for $150, and you get a 60-second ad played 4 times a day, 2 20-minute spotlights on your business and organization, and 2 guest appearances on our show as well. And then for you private investors, there's an email address that you can use to let us know that you're interested and you want to invest. And that's at the full 180 combo at gmail.com. Again, the email address is the full 180 combo.com. We also want to talk about Brother Antoine White. Antoine and the Young Black Entrepreneurs is going to be at the Music City Mall in Louisville on February 28th The number to contact Antoine on is 314-630-4465. It will be held between 12 and 5. So if you have a business, whether it's selling earrings, lashes, soaps, whatever it is, make sure you get in contact with Antoine. Again, the number is 314-630-4465. And be a vendor. It was a really good show in a really good spot that we went to the last time. We had a good time out there, and it was plenty of people that were coming in. People were selling out of their products. So if you are a small business owner, please take advantage of being part of the DFW Small Business Vendor Expo out there at the Music City Mall in Louisville and get in contact with Antoine White. Now that governs our church announcements, and everybody else needs to govern yourselves accordingly.
Thank you very much, Miss Casey Estelle. As always, bringing us the church announcements, man. We're gonna jump right into it. I got the family here. You know, I never do it by myself. We a family. Never mind if we're near or far. The family is always here. Of course, if you're looking at the screen, so I'm gonna do it. If you're looking at the screen right now, to my bottom, you see that's Lisa, aka Chef Lisa E, aka our own L Boogie. Right next to her is none other than the doctor herself, Miss Dr. B, aka you need t-shirts, you need earrings, you need a new purse, holla at her, she got that pop-up for you. Of course, you just heard Miss KC Estelle, that's aka our Miss Angelic One. Of course, my big brother's on here, Mr. DJ Legend, keep disappearing and getting up out of his seat. And none other than the pastor himself, Pastor Pretty Reggie is in the building, man. We are here, and we're going to get into it. So look here, man, the topic of today is seasons. Now, this is why I put this topic out there, because I'm pretty sure everyone here can relate. And we're going to have a little fun today, too. You know, as they say, the weather outside a little frightful. We're going to have a little fun. You know, what you would do Valentine's Day, get caked up with your lady in the house. You really can't go nowhere. So we got a little fun later on today. But right now, let's talk about these seasons. And I'm not talking about winter, spring, summer, or fall. I'm talking about the seasons. What season of life are you in right now? Are you in your host season, your self-care season? Are you in your I'm ready to be booed up season? Are you ready to be in love season? What season are you in right now? And then we're going to break that down. You can be even in a spiritual season. I'm pretty sure Pastor Pretty Reggie got something for you about that. But what spiritual season are you in? We want to find out what that is. And now, most importantly, we're going to hit on them things. How are these things helping you? How are these things helping and affecting your journey? Or how are these things affecting the people that are around you? Do they want to move closer to you? Are you shrinking someone along? Are you pulling them along? And you have no reason you have no sense in your mind that turn them into a soulmate, but keep them as a soul tie. We're going to get into that. So family, look. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about these seasons. What season y'all in?
I'm definitely in my hustle season. I got so many big things going on that I'm trying to get to between, graduating from school, trying to buy a house. I got a baby graduating from high school, so I need to start, worry about college and cars and all kinds of stuff, man. So many things going on this year.
Okay. Who else want to talk about what season they in?
I think I'm in my hustle season too, Bree. I think I'm in that hustle season and trying to rebrand myself. So I'm in a rebranding and hustle season myself. So
all right.
I think I'm in a few seasons, honestly. At one time, I think I'm in my self-discovery more than anything. I am in my ready to be settled and be with my God season. I am in my spiritual walk is increasing with the Lord as the day go by. So it's a few of them that I'm in, and they all tie in together. I am in a space where new things are happening, new things are coming for me. So again, and hustle is one of them as well. So I'm in a few of them right now.
Mr. White.
Yeah, I can say the same thing. I'm pretty much in a few seasons. I'm definitely in a love season. Come on, love.
Come on, love.
I see you, boy. Season, that love boat. That love boat. I'm definitely
making another one.
Oh Lord have mercy. She sang the whole song.
I'm definitely in a spiritual season. I'm in a spiritual season because I'm trying to actually get rid of cycles.
Indeed, that's good.
You know, my fiance, she did a live one time and she talked about, cycles versus seasons. And, a lot of times, we feel like, we're in a season and we're in a cycle. It's like, no, those cycles gotta go. Some of those cycles are toxic, some of those cycles are brought, because we brought them on. And so, we have to kind of recognize those things and get out of the cycles and get off to the correct season that God has.
So do you think, with that being said, I like when you said that season cycles. I like that. Let's touch on that a little bit. So these cycles, let's kind of break these cycles down. Are these cycles things that we are causing, or things that we're allowing people to cause? And what are these cycles? Let's talk about two of them. What are two cycles that we see frequently or always trending?
I think a cycle that we see is dating the same kind of person. That's definitely a cycle. Bumping your head over, things that God had told you to do, and you still not doing it. So you keep coming around in a circle, and you keep coming around. So I know dating the same person is definitely a cycle. What you think you're going to?
Or just relationships, allowing people to hurt you, allowing hurt to come into your life, and disappointment, instead of seeing things for who they are and not being spiritually grounded on a daily basis. I think it's a cycle. I mean, we're a lot of people, and I'm not speaking for the most, but we as people sometimes run to our spirituality in whatever realm or form it's in for comfort when we're going through something bad. So I think I think for me, me personally, I think it's a need for a cycle as spirituality. Trying to figure out my career path. I always end up going down the same road with my career path, trying to bring people into my world that doesn't need to be into it, trying to share my dreams with other people that don't need to be shared with, when God is telling me to do this on my own. So I think it can fall into a lot of things: relationship, spirituality, and work.
I was gonna.
Sometimes these cycles are caused from us because we don't actually take our time for ourselves.
Indeed.
Indeed. That's something that I'm gonna talk about later in the word of the day, as far as being able to recognize and exit from yourself.
That's kind of what I was talking about in my book, the breaking the mental prison chains that we create. I think sometimes that mine was, I was creating a mental prison, feeling like I had to be Captain Save a Negro. I ain't gonna say the other word, but I feel like, in my situation, I always felt like I was broken myself, so I was always attracting broken people, and I felt like, okay, I couldn't be fulfilled unless I was helping them and helping them get their life together. And it made me feel fulfilled at one point. I'm no longer that person, but I think a lot of people fall into that category where they feel like they have to be be there to save someone else, rather than coming to the table whole and bringing it together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay. I dig that. So, okay. So now, in these cycles and in these seasons that we're in, do you ever feel like we bring innocent, how do I want to put that? We push negative energy on innocent people who have nothing to do with our cycle?
Indeed. I think we do. I think there are people that come into our life that are they genuinely want to be there, but if we're not in a good headspace mentally, spiritually, physically, then we can hurt those kind of people. And because we'll never see them how we should see them, because we don't see ourselves how we're created.
Ain't nothing wrong with what you was about to say, Greg. Yeah, people are running over innocent people.
Yeah,
there you go. Thank you, sir.
Ain't nothing wrong with you, because you was about to say it. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Like the HOE season.
Running over like a bulldozer, because they got all this weight, all this luggage, all this baggage, and they haven't had a chance. I ain't gonna say chance. They haven't really made it up in their mind. I need to start dumping this stuff before I actually try to put it on somebody else. And it's not fair for you to put it on somebody else in the first place.
Well, I would say this with the situation that I'm going through with my marriage. One day I was on the phone talking to one of my friends, and I said to myself in mid-sentence, I said, good Lord, I didn't even ask her how her day was before I started going in about what was going on with me. And sometimes we tend to do that. You know, we find this one person that we know we can call when something doesn't go right, or we can, you know, go to their house, whatever the case may be, and we dump all this stuff on them. And you know, my problem may be the weight that just tears you down. And we're guilty of finding that person. We know who we can pick up the phone and call and talk 30 minutes about he did this, he did that, or my job this, my job that, blah, blah, blah. That's going to listen. We know who we can't call. It's like, girl, I want to hear that today, or, you know, blah, blah, blah. So we are guilty. We are guilty of that as human beings. And I think sometimes we do it unconsciously, sometimes we do it subconsciously, but it does happen.
And I know in a lot of my cases, you know, I'm learning to get out of it, but a lot of mine is the fear of that, a fear of dumping my stuff onto someone else, and it kind of, I kind of feel like I hold it back and try to navigate it and figure out for myself, instead of, you know, talking to somebody about it. And I think, like you say, you have to kind of know who you can talk to and who not to talk to. And that's why, you know, I'm a real big supporter of therapy as well, because for me, you know, I tend to call myself very private. And so I really don't feel comfortable telling all my business to any particular person that knows me or knows people around me or know who I might be talking about. So for me, I would go to a therapist and talk to someone who's unbiased and doesn't know anything. You know what I mean? Just to get it out and not feel like, you know, being judged and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel you on that, Bree, because that's like me. I'm still seeing my therapist because, you know, since I was going through all that stuff from last year and everything, and it has helped me out a lot. And it has helped me out with the show too, because it's therapeutic through the show, because we learn so much from each other and everything with our different backgrounds and everything. So I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I think I'm getting to that boo season. I'm in that hustle season. I'm in all the seasons, actually.
Okay.
Well, and I think we need to be mindful that in our generation, in our society, our culture, should I say, because we got Dr. Bree on the line. In our culture, it's frowned upon to really and truly seek therapy, to seek outside help. And so we have to, if we don't take anything else from this segment, and this may be for somebody, it's okay to pick up the phone and call somebody and talk to somebody other than people in your inner circle. It does help. And that goes for men and women mostly. And men are the biggest. I don't need to talk to anybody because that's a sign of weakness. But at the same time, I think it helps us through our daily lives so we don't become that person that's putting all our burdens on somebody.
Okay. But now you mentioned that, so I'll stick there. You said men are the biggest ones that are not able to always share their feelings. So this is why I've always believed in that. My thing is, a man will share something with you when he knows that he can trust you. So when I use this word, when I say a man, as my homeboy Captain Hicks would say, it's easy to leave when you know you got somebody watching your back. If I really can't trust you by watching my back, I can't trust you with my feelings.
Indeed.
But then again, I don't fault you for that. I need to fault myself because who chose you?
Well, let me say this. Let me restate that because I wasn't talking about your partner.
You don't have to restate it.
No.
Saying,
I wasn't talking about your partner. I was saying for a therapist. I was saying it in a therapy type of way, like picking up the phone, calling, talking to a therapist. It's really hard for men. I could say black men because I've never been around white men. It's really hard for black men because that's a sign of weakness for you to pick up the phone and call this stranger and say, hey, this is what's going on with me. You know, you feel less of a man. That's what I've heard from Black men that I've dealt with.
Agreed.
So
agreed. I apologize. I misunderstood.
No, but piggybacking off of what you said, that is true. Most men or most women don't open up because they don't feel that security or that protection with their hearts. Because I always say, the more you give somebody to somebody who doesn't mean you well, they walk away with your feelings. They walk away with your heart, and they walk away with your dreams. You don't want to give that to everybody. And I think it's something that you have to earn. Because I don't want to tell you my deepest secrets and my deepest dreams and my fears. And then next week we broke up. You don't walk away with all that.
Man.
And that's dangerous.
And what to go what you just said, I'll let somebody else speak on it. Not only you should earn that, but that should be something that you should want to create. Like I use Waylon and Cece all the time just to hear them talk. Their process was a creation. They created that bond that they got. I mean, if no one seen that clearly that night when we had the couple show, you had to be blind. But they came into it, and this is when I say, when you go into it, don't matter if it's a friendship, relationship, even our dynamic that's with the full 180. You have to come in there with a mindset of, okay, look, I'm gonna put my best foot forward. I'm gonna use my attributes to make it do what it do. And then and don't feel less than if you feel like, well, I just can't do it, or you're gonna get written a ticket because you can't do what you need to do. Nobody's gonna write you a ticket. Just let us know. This is why we're here to pick up the slack for each other. At least that's how I think about it.
I agree.
Yeah, y'all can go ahead. I mean, I was just giving my little 2 cents. That's all.
It was actually 10 cents, but we're gonna let you make it.
Whatever. Look, if you just got in, I want to welcome to our Zoom virtual show. This is the first time we did this. You know, sometimes it's on the fly. We just got to put it together. But we're talking about seasons, not winter, spring, summer, fall. But what season of life are you in? What difficulties are you having this season? What setbacks are you having season? How is your season changing, or as Waylon would say, your cycles that you're in, how is it affecting people around you? Is it bringing them closer, drawing them near, pushing them further away? With that being said, so, of course, I did my research. So they say these 4 seasons. So we're going to use the spring, summer, fall method, right? But we're going to put them into characteristics. So we'll start with spring. So in the spring, they say, there's a time, it's a time of new beginnings. Emotions are in full bloom. Everything about relationships bright and beautiful. Attraction is growing at a very rapid pace. Spring is a time of planting good seeds in a relationship and a time of uprooting any harmful weeds. And we have to know exactly what we're looking for in order for our relationships to succeed. So what do y'all feel? What are your thoughts about what they say about normally around springtime? This is the state that you're in.
What was the one about emotions again? What did it say about emotions?
It said your emotions are in full bloom.
Pick one though, not all of them. I need a couple of them to be in full bloom, not all of them. No, but I kind of agree. The winter is over and the snow is melted, especially from where I'm from. That chill is out. And you're ready to put on your summer dress, or you're ready to throw on your sandals. So yeah, you definitely have a different outlook. Some people didn't lose weight, some people gain weight.
Y'all
silly.
That COVID weight.
It is what it is. So I think it's more of a new outlook on life. The sun is, shining. It's a little brighter. It's brighter outside, longer. So I think, I would agree with that one.
Well, and also, your body evolves. And so just like women have cycles, our body, men and women we shed stuff. And just like the earth does. So we're earthly creatures and we shed one season to the next. And so I think when we walk out, we own whatever we're in, whether that's a bad emotion or a good emotion. We own it and we walk it. That's why you see so many people walking around with jewelry eyes, baggy eyes, and all this because they're owning that emotion. Because KC says pick one. You can't have all of them.
Boy,
Pick an emotion. Pick an emotion.
Okay. So that's spring. So Bree, I'm gonna give you summer. So it says in the summer, things start to get hot. The heat of the summer causes us to begin shedding our layers, as El Boogie just said, getting to know one another in a deeper and more deliberate way. We start experiencing the warmth of emotional intimacy, the heat of physical intimacy, and the fire of spiritual intimacy.
I'm summer.
Let me say that again. The warmth of emotional intimacy, the heat of physical intimacy, and the fire of spiritual intimacy. And we've got to learn how to navigate each of those areas in a healthy and meaningful way so that we don't get burned. So you know what I want to focus on? Let's focus on these intimacies. No, I'm not. But they say experiencing warmth, emotional intimacy, the heat of physical intimacy, and the fire of spiritual intimacy. Dr. B, what you think?
Why you picking on me? I'm married to the PhD, and the PhD
because you play with that mind, baby. That's why I said I need you to go and get it.
Oh man, yeah. I do believe in it. I believe that we do need people. As much as I try to say that, I'm so busy and I'm in this PhD. I think it's very true that, you have to have a balance. You have, there's desires there that need to be fulfilled, and it can get lonely and it can mess up your mental, that's why, people who tend to stay home, kind of like stay home a lot, or they're like very, they don't get out and they don't socialize. They tend to have more mental issues than those who do get out. I know we're talking about adults, but I just think about, these kids who are at home, doing virtual school and stuff like that. The suicide rate has increased because the kids are isolated. And so when we come back to adults, with everything that adults have to deal with, between, work and school, you want to have somebody that you can just, warm up to, cuddle up to, talk to, do other things too.
Don't hold back.
To get that energy out. I mean, it may not always come to people have their cuddle buddies and they friends with benefits. I mean, whatever floats your boat.
It's that cuffing season.
Yeah, you gotta do something. I'm gonna leave it at
that. So what y'all think? Pretty Rich, what you think, brother?
I mean, we was talking about the summertime, so when it get hot, the clothes come on.
You always got a word, don't you? Got a word.
When it get a little heated, things happen. So
no, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just being joke, but I mean, at the same time, when as I'm thinking about all this, as atmosphere changes, as elements changes, the environments change, we all kind of evolve with how the earth, shapes and goes. If you kind of look at what all of our birthdays, who's fall baby, who was some fall babies, you got when was our mama doing what she was doing?
Right.
Who are the summertime babies? When was our mamas and daddies doing what they was doing? So,
my kids tried to calculate when they was conceived. I'm like, what? Why? Where'd they go?
I was to see
they don't
February.
add up. They don't. I was born in June and they don't add up.
In February for sure.
Yeah, so I'm a fall baby. So, it came around to, that wintertime love was still fresh,
Yeah, both my kids are a week apart in February.
Oh, so it was going down.
They 3 years apart, but a week, but their birthday is a week apart in February. So,
So Cupid was handling his business around your house.
It was.
I'm glad you said that, Pretty Reggie. So we're gonna dwell into yours. So fall is when our true colors begin to shine in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We're no longer blinded by the brightness and beauty of spring because in fall we begin to see things as they really are. The cover we once had begins to fall, and we realize we've got nowhere to hide from our flaws and weaknesses. It's a season of deep connection and communication, and we either learn to embrace the vulnerability and authenticity, I probably messed that up, of this season, or our relationship gets stuck. So, as I'm reading this, I want y'all to think about what I'm saying. Think about the things that the terms that they're using, the visuals they're giving us, and think about during your season. Where were you? Why didn't this work out during your season? Is it because the season you was in? Were you in the summer season and you met a brother in the fall season and he wanted to be vulnerable and you still, living La Vida Loca? You were just trying to smash and grab and move on to the next. Or could you be in your spring season and you met, your friendship with your homegirl, she's a winter season and this is the time it just clashed. Because they say when what's it, hot air and cold air mixed together, that cause a reaction, right?
Right.
So couldn't we relate this to some of these broken homes or some of these divorces? And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut up. The other reason why I brought this up because right now we're supposed to be in what we call a love season, but a whole bunch of y'all are out here finna love on this person. They finna spend all this money for one night because after this night they're not gonna see you no more. Because in the summer, some of us always get real single around the summer.
True that.
I'm gonna get real single around holidays too.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this. I think the person that I met that I was truly, truly attracted to, I met them in my summer season, but it was actually winter. So, but I was in my summer season. Don't ask me why, but I was. And I think because I was going through a transition from my divorce into figuring out who I was. And so I was a little sassy. And so I mean, my seasons was all screwed up. And then God came in, as though they say, what's going to happen anyway. So, I mean, my seasons were all screwed up. I don't think I've ever just got into the season that I needed to be in, or the current season, I should say, that's in the world. So I think my seasons are all mixed up. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of people. We're not truly in line with the seasons. And so we're all over the place. And I think that's where bad relationships come in. Like you said, explosion, mixing opposites together sometimes can be a good thing, and it could create a good thing. But if you're not where you need to be spiritually and emotionally and mentally and sexually, sometimes you can cling to the wrong thing. So
with my friendships, all my friendships, as far as my girlfriends are concerned, I met them. Our seasons were parallel; they were the same. Majority of the relationships, the seasons were definitely different. Where I may have been in summer, and they may have been in winter, and I can speak for me and say that's where it did go wrong. We both were trying to mix something that just wasn't going to mix, because we weren't on the same page. But my friendships, they still been my friendships over 10 years. I know I met them in fall and fall, summer and summer, winter and winter. So that's pretty much in a nutshell for me. We just have to pay attention. And if you know you in your summer and you meet a fall, don't waste your time and don't waste their time. And that's a lot of people's problems. Time is being wasted when we know we shouldn't be wasting it. Go on and do what you do. Get out your lustful season and get into your real season.
Okay. Anybody else? Go ahead.
I don't know. I was just sitting there thinking about, these time zones and seasons. So, in the spring, you have a daylight saving time called, you spring forward. You get a hour ahead. And in the fall, you fall backwards.
Mhm.
You lose an hour. So in the midst of these daylight savings times, the spring ahead is like I can't wait to get stuff going. I still have some daylight left, but then you lose an hour and you lose your daylight. So you end up going back sometimes to your old habits that probably you should have really swept up in the run when you sprung forward.
Absolutely. Because I think, in my opinion, we rush our seasons.
Yep.
If
Yep.
you are in a regretful season, don't be so quick to get out of it. You need to learn in that season. If you're in a remorse, if you're in your whole season, if you in whatever season it is, don't rush to get out of it, because it's a lesson in there that you need to get. But we so busy running in life. We want to be this and we want to be that and we want to do this and we want to do that we're not taking the time to deal with who we are. And some of us are even lying to ourselves about where we are. If you a jealous person, you jealous. Don't lie about being jealous. You jealous. Right. So one of the questions I have is, are we lying to ourselves? Are we pretending to be something that we really are not? Are we really malicious people? Are we coveters? Are we liars? And we're trying to put on these facades like we're not. At the end of the day, you have to deal with you when you are in the middle of your bed by yourself. You have nobody else to deal with. You have nobody else to talk to. It's you and you by yourself. When you stand in the mirror and that reflection is looking back at you, guess what? You got to deal with that person in the mirror. Deal with it. We run so much from our emotions and our feelings and our heart that we don't understand when God could, like we said before, God could have sent somebody our way that's supposed to be with us. But we were so busy running from what we should have been learning from that now we can't accept it. So what happens if God gives them away? What happens when God gives her away? Because we're not dealing with ourselves. Deal with yourself. If you mad, be mad for that moment. It ain't gonna last long. If you cry for that moment, cry. It ain't gonna last long. If you're happy for that moment, be happy, but you still have to deal with it. Because what you're gonna keep doing is taking baggage from one person to the next. And the cycle gets more and more vicious and heavier for you, not that person. It's not favorable for you, not them.
Well, I think first we have to. I think first we got to understand that we have to own our own emotions and that it's okay to have emotions. Again, as Black people, as Black women, as Black men, we are always told that our emotions are invalid. If a boy cries, boys don't cry. Yeah, it hurt, we cry. If girls cry, you crying too long, move on to the next. I mean, we're labeled as angry Black women. When we smash out windows, just like the white people do, we just don't talk about it. We call them, we put all your stuff on Facebook, just like the white people do. They just call TMZ, we put it on Facebook. I mean, and I know you don't, but I'm saying women, we're not.
I forgot y'all to see me.
We're just not allowed to own our emotions and be in our emotions because we're so judged by so many people.
Indeed,
so we bottle that stuff up inside and we take it to the next relationship because we're not allowed to deal with it. And I think that's the issue. Let people deal with their emotions. Let them cry. Let them be upset. Let them be angry. It's okay. I tell Honori all the time, baby, it's okay to be angry. But what's not okay is when you come here and break my stuff up. Now, this is where we stand from.
Be angry and sin not.
Be angry, don't slam my doors. So it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be mad at that person. And it's okay to forgive somebody who has done you wrong. Stop letting people tell you, girl, I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that. No, you probably wouldn't. But again, holding all that stuff in from experience brings a hurting heart. It brings drama to your life that you don't want to deal with, and it brings angry.
And guess what, Lisa? And guess what, Lisa? They're saying what they wouldn't do because they've never been through it. Don't tell me what you wouldn't do if you ain't been in my shoes, because you don't know what you would do. And I've come to find out people that judge me while I was doing what I was doing ended up being in my shoes and called me and said, girl, now I know how you was feeling. Oh, you do? Ain't this interesting? Don't tell me what you wouldn't do. You don't know what you would do if your back is against the wall.
Right. You don't know what you would do if your husband left you or your mama passed. Or your cat got hit by the dumps outside. Sometimes people's cats are therapy. I mean, you know, they want to hold a funeral. You know what that cat means to that person. Don't judge somebody. I mean, it's people out there. It's white people, black people that love their cats. I mean, I ain't no cat person, but hey, to each his own. To each his own.
Go ahead, Bree.
Because your cat died,
Go ahead, Bree.
No, I was just gonna say I totally agree with you on that. I mean, people, if you continue to, you know, hold stuff in, and you never deal with it, it's like, how do you know how to cope? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that, like with my son who had a lot of anger issues, I had to really work with him as a kid, and it's very interesting too, because a lot of men don't get taught to deal with their emotions. They kind of get taught, oh, don't cry, don't do this, don't do that. Whereas I told my son, you know, it doesn't make you, you know, a punk or a sissy to cry. I was like, that's not a female thing. That's that everybody at some point cries. Like, it's just if you're feeling something, be in that moment and feel it and figure out what it was that triggered that, so that next time it comes around, maybe you could do something differently. Maybe you can, you know, try to avoid the situation, you know, because he would do stuff and then he would cry because he got in trouble. Well, what did you do? What could you have done differently to get out of the situation? You know what I mean? So sometimes when we experience these things, we tend to cause it for ourselves, and we have to realize that, like, what is the common denominator? Why do you keep doing the same thing over and over? You can't continue to blame somebody else for what's going on. You have to really just go inside and then figure out, you know, okay, what am I doing differently? It's just about growth, period. It's never ending. Growth when people say this, you know, that's cliche, but I mean, every day is a new day. If you don't even know, you're in the only moment that you have is right now. The past is gone. The future haven't come yet. So every day is a new opportunity to do something different. And it's growth, whether you want to accept it or not. I had a friend who was just like, well, I don't believe in goal setting, but why? Why not? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, that's cliche, but if you're doing something or you plan on doing something and you set your mind to it and everything that you do lines up with that thing and it happens, that's a goal that was accomplished. So why is that an issue? You know what I mean? So some people, you know, self-defeat or, you know, want to live in pessimism and then tend to blame other people for their reactions or how, you know, and how other people respond. But you can't own that. You can only own what you do at that moment.
And I'm glad you said that, because I mean, it's two kind of people. You got victims and you got owners. You got some people who always want to cry wolf and want to cry victim, and you actually are the blame. You haven't taken ownership of your actions. So when you hop off into another relationship, you didn't get healed, or you didn't allow yourself to heal. So now, you know what they did to me in my last. You know what they did. All of this. But you know what they say when you point the finger, you got something coming back at you. So you gotta in these relationships and these things, you know, you got some people they gotta quit playing victim when they know that they are the key, that they play the key role in whatever cause or whatever situation or circumstance that may have happened, and take ownership for your actions. Because that's the biggest thing in life, is just take ownership. You take ownership, you can grow.
And the sad part about it is some people, like you said, when you know you're the issue, the sad part about it is some people don't even know. They don't even know the issue.
Mhm.
And it's just like at some point, somebody got to be honest with somebody. Somebody let this person go all this time and not tell them that something's wrong.
Mm.
You know?
Well, I mean,
So
is it because somebody didn't tell them, or because like, so I had this conversation with people all the time. People say, "Oh, well, I got divine discernment." Now, some of your discernment is something that you made up. Some of that stuff, some decisions ain't God's decisions. You just did what you wanted to do. Period.
Right.
So quit trying to put your responsibilities or trying to use this Bible to make your sins or whatever else you're doing okay, because that ain't it. That's not your discernment.
Yep.
So it's kind of like you're gonna have to me, and we had this conversation earlier. Why is it most people can't handle what they dish? Because now I'm that person. I tell anybody the same way I'm gonna give you the truth, I'm gonna expect it back from you. That's the only reason. That's the only way I'm gonna call you a friend. That's it. I don't need nobody patting me on my back all day. If I'm walking around with a book in my nose, you better say something.
Because y'all better not have me out there looking crazy.
My thing is, and then like I told Waylon, me and him had a conversation. Our business ain't show business. So my business don't have to be on display for everybody. If we have to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. We grown. Let's have it. So I don't understand why people can't take what they can't dish.
It's just maturity, and that's what I was saying. Is like, I know I've been the type of person where the reason why I held stuff in was because I was afraid of somebody hurting my feelings. So I didn't want to say something to somebody else in fear that they would be feeling the way that I would feel. You know what I'm saying? And so as I grew as a person and as a woman, I realized that, man, everybody else saying what they want to say to me. So let me say what I need to say, and it'll make me feel better. Now, I'm not just going to come off and just, well, like you say, the way you come at me is the way I'm going to give it back. If you being rude and hateful, then I'm probably going to be 2 or 3 times more. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the situation, I'm not petty and I'm not tit for tat, but it's just like, one thing I had to learn is that I cannot own other people's responses to what I say and what I do.
Exactly.
One of my counseling sessions, he said, Lisa, you cannot be responsible for everybody's feelings because of a decision that you made based off of your feelings. Own your own feelings, go with it, and just make sure that it's a decision that best fits you and not everybody involved. Because we get caught up so many times where our stress level it raises is we take care of everybody else before we take care of ourselves. And I think, especially in women, we're nurturers, we're protectors, we are go-getters, we are fix the problem immediately, and then we tend to put ourselves on the back burner. And then what happens is our spouse or our significant other catches it. Y'all don't want to catch it, and it's not fair. And I think that's what tarnishes a lot of relationships because we don't know how to deal and channel our emotions.
And I was just to go back.
Go ahead, Brie.
I was gonna say, I don't know where I got this from, what book I read it from. Y'all know I read so many, but one of them it says, think of when we're dealing with situations like this, think of it as like an organ donation. When we're talking about like surgery or something like that, when people receive an organ, the medical term is they're gonna either respond or react. The response is it's accepted, the body is using it, it's functional, it's going to help heal the person. The reaction is it's rejected, it's not accepted, it's going to die, or that person is going to have another issue. So when I think about that in relationship to communication and how dealing with people, I think of that. It's like, okay, they're either going to respond and understand and we can move forward, or they're going to react and reject it, and there's going to be other problems. But either way, I try to prepare myself to figure out, not really run the conversation through my head like I used to, because that makes you feel like you've already had your defenses and guards up, But it's more of, okay, I don't know how they're gonna react, but we can talk about it. We can figure it out.
Okay. That's there.
I want to
Go ahead.
go back to what the Waylon was saying earlier about ownership, because I went through that, and that person still really didn't own up to what they did. I own up to the things I did, and it freed me. But from that other person, they never own up to really what they did, and still can't do it to this day. And it's crazy.
But I think the blessing in that is that, so I'll use me in that situation. The blessing in my divorce was we both owned up to our own things, but you get tired. There has to be a point, and I learned this from somebody. You have to get to a point where you're tired of walking around that same tree. And I'm gonna paint the visual to you like this: dating the same type of person, seeing the same type of person, not getting out of your norm, still holding on to damaged people who have clearly moved on to do something else. When you release, and that's a good thing what you said, when you release that, it makes you, I use, and if you can see me on camera, it just opens you up. Like, you know, they say, put your hands in your air, open up your chest so you can breathe. It helps you breathe a little bit more. Then it helps you wipe out, get some of that matter out your eyes and be like, look, you know, you can be fine today, but, you know, if I spend the rest of my life with you, your butt ain't gonna look like that. I need to have some other things that's gonna be here that's gonna make me stay. And if you not the reason why I'm staying, and this is why I say that, I can love you all day, but if I don't like you, I'm not gonna deal with you. I would deal with you with a long handle spoon, and that's it. I just think that makes sense to me. Look, man, if you just tuned in, we're talking about seasons. What season are you in? How's it affecting your journey? Is it helping your journey? How are you dealing with it with yourself? Why we in the middle of this? Because I can't go to commercial like I want to. But Lisa, I want you to give them a health tip for my own L Boogie.
Health tip. Let's see what we got for today. Health tip. Vitamin C. It was vitamin C is what I was going to talk about. Your intake of vitamin C. I know a lot of us are diabetic. We can't drink orange juice because of the sugar content, but we can get us some vitamin C pills. It does help with you guys with your immune system, building your immune system up, and especially in this COVID system. I mean, this COVID situation, I should say. Let's get us some zinc. Let's get us some vitamin D pills, and let's get us some vitamin C pills. Go and elderberries. I don't know if it's pills or if it's gummies. Go ahead and start that vitamin regimen now. So just in case the flu season, it helps with that. Just start building that immune system up. So that's my health tip for the day.
Appreciate you from my own self, Lisa E, aka L Boogie. So look, we're gonna stay on this season. Y'all hit on something that I want to play with. So, and we good on the Zoom call. I give it 2 hours, so you know we can't leave without getting our word of the day and get our Black History moment. So y'all gonna get ready. But in the meantime, we're gonna switch gears a little bit. We still talking about seasons, but we're gonna, you know, y'all said something. What your truth? Release your truth. So, KC Estelle got some cards. She got some questions. And we're gonna play a little game called Truth or Dare. But the mix out of it is there's no dare. You gonna tell your truth. So let's release some of this truth tonight.
Wait a minute.
Can I drink?
Have fun tonight? I said
Can I drink a little wine since I'm at home?
Yeah, hey, look, you good at what you doing. Ain't no wrong with it. Man, while she's getting her cards together, I do want to let you know, man, this show is sponsored by my brother Bishop Jones right there in Fort Worth, Texas. TCAP, the Church of Philadelphia, man. 10:30 a.m. is when the church starts, man. Please make your way there or catch him on Zoom, YouTube, all your social media platforms, and he can give you that good word of the day. Very practical, but when I tell you the brother gives the words and give the word in a great foundational way, he does that. Bishop Jones and TCAP, the Church of Philadelphia. All right, KC, we got our questions ready. Uh-oh, she done stirred up the pot. Put these seasons in her. All right. Now look, it's truth or dare. No dares. We're all true.
Look, hey, what if I plead the fifth?
You can't.
Nah, did you see Lisa? Lisa done went out camera. Here she go. I gotta pee. Don't worry, Ali.
Wow.
So
Y'all know this is the time I go to the restroom. Don't be trying to change it up.
Girl,
get yourself together. So question number 1 from the card game. Could you be in a happy relationship if the sex was horrible?
No. Next question.
No.
Hold on. But what makes the sex horrible?
I don't like the person. Like you said, I can love you, but if I don't like you, you ain't attractive. I can't have a conversation with you.
Let me get some Oreos.
Why don't be using Dwayne's thing. He got that ready for this weekend.
That was my snack choice.
I've been saving them too, Greg. I've been saving them.
Already, my brother.
I've been stacking them up.
It's just gotta be some kind of attraction, man. If I ain't attracted to you, and we can't.
Well, see, but then again, it depends on what season you in. If you in summer, say, and it's about 3:00 in the morning, she might be able to get it.
I'm always.
What about 1:30?
We gotta go home. Well, we gotta have a
Uncle
conversation
Charles.
first at 1:30.
Uncle Charles.
At 1:30.
All right, KC. What's the next question, KC?
The next question is, do you watch porn?
Yes.
If
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another part. If so, what's your favorite kind to watch?
Straight.
And do you feel that porn is appropriate for a relationship?
Ooh.
I ain't gonna lie, I watch the big
How would
booty.
it be?
It all depends on the person, though.
Yeah.
It all depends on the person.
Whatever me and my man agree on at that time. How about that?
The question
I mean, if we enhancing, if we trying to enhance it, we can find. Hey, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I watch it and laugh because some of the people be trying to act. That ain't no acting. That's some real stuff. It'd be funny, but then some of that stuff, I be like, nah, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. I'm good. I'm good. Give me that basic. I'm good. Waylon, you so quiet, bro. CC in the room.
The feedback. I couldn't hear it. What the?
Okay.
Boy.
Right, well, let's get a little deep.
Pastor points.
Yeah, I see. Look at her. Preacher.
That's the pretty Reggie. They got quiet.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, is
come on, Ryan on the
don't tippy toe. Don't tippy toe.
Put it like this. I have used it before, but will I use it now? I don't really feel like I have to.
In so many words, he said he got a superstar.
Oh yeah.
Go CC. Go CC.
All right. That's what's up.
We both about each other's superstars.
Well, come on, superstar. Hold on. Can Yetta say yes with a whole bunch of exclamation marks? Absolutely. Hey, Kim caked up. She said, I want to make sure I get these comments. My bad. I've been trying to get this up. So if I missed your comment, I apologize. This is new. So we trying to make this weird. Hold on. So Kim caked up said, when people say how they feel, then they get judged. I want to talk about that.
That part.
We'll get into that after a couple of these more cards. All right, Kate, come on, KC. Let's get into it. Let's get a little deeper.
Have you ever engaged in sexual activity with a person of the same sex? Sorry. Could you be with someone who has? Why or why not? So have you been with someone sexually of the same sex?
I ain't done that.
No.
So basically, you asked me if I dated a female who's been with another female.
No, I'm asking, have you been with another man sexually?
Yeah, that's what he asked.
I ain't thought about that.
Greg turned that whole question around.
Like, what you trying to say? Oh, okay.
Hey, I understood that question.
Oh, my bad.
This is a double standard, though. This is a double standard, though. Because
what's double standard?
Because in my younger days,
tell him, Dr. Bree. Tell him, Dr. B.
In my younger days, you know, yes, I have, but I can't say I would ever date a man who has been with another man. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I know men would date a woman who's been with another woman because that seems like it's just so, it's not as taboo as a man being with another man.
See, and I'm with you now. I'm the opposite. I don't know if I could date another woman who'd be another one. Because my thing is, how do no, not that, but I mean, that's fine. You experiment, but are you over your experimental phase, or are you still in that phase?
Because
there's a lot of down low brothers married, ain't it?
That part, I know. I know.
I would say this. Like I said, in my younger days, it was an experiment, but it wasn't for me because I liked the D too much. It's nothing. Anything that anyone it's not cute. I think I was just in a drunken moment. The vagine is not pretty to me.
I love Bree.
Toddies are not cute to me. So I mean, I just like men. It just is what it is.
See how you can please something that you already have, and you can please yourself the same way. Can't no other woman do nothing for me. So I'm like,
but you know what? Now, I'm gonna say this, and we go to the next question. But I've been told some women have really found out what it was to be in a loving relationship by being with another woman.
Because I mean, well, you can't figure out the whole joy of a relationship is you to figure me out. Like, if you know what my menstrual cramps feel like, then what are we talking about it for? Like, I want to explain to you that this shit.
But y'all always say men don't understand y'all.
But some men do. Like, I thought it was sexy for Elvis to go get my feminine products and to put the heating pad on my back because he didn't understand my pain, so he overexerted. You know, somebody else that done had a menstrual cycle, it may not hurt her. So she probably think I'm over-exaggerating some shit.
I'm with you, Lisa. I'm with you because if I get mad, my thing is that I could have never been in a relationship with a woman because if I get mad, we throwing hands. Like, we just gonna be fighting.
Y'all taking our wigs and earrings off.
Yeah. I mean, at least a man gonna be like, man, I don't even
That's the way you
like,
want to say it.
I'm trying to love on you. I'm trying to do this. She know you mad because you cramping. She know you mad because you didn't touch her right. Because she know what she want to be touched. Ain't no explanation in nothing. She know everything. That's boring.
So Lisa want to be
That's why God made a boat, and that's why God made a nut.
Oh Lord. Next question. Next question.
I don't even want to no more.
Next question.
It's the truth. The opposite. Two screws can't screw each other together.
Next question. Come on, she's still in summer season.
Yes.
If you could only save one, your mother or your significant other, which one are you saving?
I'm gonna answer last.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to answer that. I gotta go pee.
Yeah, I'll go pee.
Well, I can say
Reggie shook his head, bro. It's okay. It's okay. Bro.
Well, I can say my significant other because my mother is no longer living.
You don't get no pass out of that. So since you said that, I'm gonna ask you the question this way: you gonna say your significant other or your kids?
No, what now?
You gonna say your significant
you don't
other
get to
or
do
your
two
kids?
questions.
Whatever. You should never open your mouth. You should never open your mouth.
No.
Oh wow! No. Like that's a hard.
I was
question.
answering truthfully.
Why is that a hard question?
Well, I'm like this. In God's eyes, when you marry that person, it's God, me, and my spouse, and everybody else is last. So how would you define it?
Okay, but he said significant other. We ain't not necessarily talking about spouse.
That's what I was just going to say. You said significant other. She might not be here tomorrow.
Yeah, my kids love me unconditionally. You know, I might save him and my kid gone, and he'd be like, "All right, thank you. I'm finna go to my other girl house."
You talking about somebody that you met at the Clip Club? No.
Get my son a Clip Club.
She about to drown.
Reggie, she drowned in the night.
y'all something else, boy.
I got your life insurance, Brett. I got your life insurance.
If she make it to shore, all you gotta say is, baby, I was coming in after you after I got mama. I was coming. No, I'm saying I'm gonna have to go ahead with the parent on that one if it's just a significant other.
If it's significant other, yeah. That's automatic.
Yeah.
Man, boy, that's a tough one right there, boy. That's a tough one right there.
Girl.
See, somebody want to answer the kid or your significant other. How about that?
Depends on how old my kid is.
Look,
come on, Casey, what's the next question?
How bad is the kid? Because he might even know.
He said, how bad is the kid? Okay. Come on, brother.
Wow.
No, I'm best.
The next question: do you consider flirting while in a relationship cheating? Why or why not?
Ooh.
I like the whole flirting thing. I think if it's your personality, flirt. Like if you with me, you with me. Because I'm a flirter. So by nature. And I don't criticize people for flirting. It's just human nature. It's a respect level that goes with it. So.
But
like,
can flirting go too far?
It can.
Because flirting can go too far.
No, it can go too far. But I think you as your own self should know how far you need to take it and when to pull back. I think some people are just natural flirters.
And
indeed, and then some people act like they're not when they really are.
And then I was gonna say, sometimes I be petty. I be like, hey, you was flirting with my man, but guess what? He going with me, or he flirted with you, but he ain't yours, he mine. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I guess it just depends on how you are with your dude. Like if it's, you know what I'm saying? Like if that's just something y'all do and it's okay, then that's something y'all do. But if it's hurtful to the other person, then you might not, you might want to pull back.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I feel like this.
I don't need no miscommunication.
I feel like this. Flirt with mine. Because if you flirt with mine, it only validates that my choice was a really, really, really good choice.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right.
Appreciate it.
And sometimes people's flirting is so innocent. It's just their nature. But the thing is, I think it's just a respect level. You got to know when to pull back, and you got to know who to flirt with and how far to go. And you don't flirt with somebody who you know is going to take it totally different than what you're giving. So to me, flirting is natural. We all flirt. And I just think it can be overboard with some people. And it just has to, like Bree said, your partner, y'all have to know the boundaries.
But there's some people.
Hold on, Casey. Go ahead, Waylon.
There's a difference between being nice and then, and then just not just being disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I mean, you can be nice and courteous all day long, and hey, you're a beautiful woman, but at the same time, like Charles, I think Charles said, you got to know like your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to try to continue to try to pursue that when I know I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, but I think, but like KC said, you can't control what somebody else does to your. So I mean, that's a win-win battle. I got 100 people that say, she hot as ice. I'm like, hey, I know, appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Go ahead, KC. What you was going to say?
What I was going to say is a lot of people don't understand that you can't. And I've had this conversation with so many people. You can't flirt with everybody because all men can't take it. Our women can't take it. You may find you trying to cut your eye at him and he vulnerable and he looking for a woman to take care of him, and you just trying to be cute and he ready to boo you up. Or hear a dude flirting, but she really can't take it, or she don't know that he just flirting. So now they boyfriend and girlfriend, and now she's stalking them on Facebook. Like, it's such a fine line between it. You have to be careful most times when you flirting, because it can really get you in trouble, because you're gonna look up on some woman and you're gonna look up on some man and they're gonna get your butt because you was flirting.
So fellas, let me ask y'all this, because I've been accused of this. Have y'all ever been told that y'all be flirting, but you just like, but to you just like, you just being cool?
You just being nice. Yeah.
All being nice. Yeah.
But Greg, you are a natural flirt, so you can't even say that.
How am I a natural flirt?
Shit, Greg, you flirt with the damn flowers sitting in the room. So let's get this established. We are Scorpios.
How am I?
Natural
Hold on. How am I a natural flirt? Because I like to put a smile on your face. Is that why I'm a flirt?
But that's
Right.
flirting, though.
That's
It's
flirting.
But why not? I mean, you walk in here looking like a mean, anytime, look, every time,
Right, let me tell you this. You say stuff to women and you don't even, you say stuff to women and you don't even realize that you're saying stuff. And if you say it to the wrong person, they can take it out a whole total other context. And you don't mean no harm. Let me say this. You're not flirting to be disrespectful. You're not flirting and trying to come up on a piece. That's just who you are. You are a people pleaser, and you know how to treat a woman because of the background that you come from all these women. So you have that natural flirt, and people call it flirtatious, and you just call it being nice and being a gentleman.
So let me ask this. Wait, let me ask you a question. I've been around your spouse, your wife, my sister. And you ever thought I was trying to flirt with CC, bro?
No.
So that's why it's so confusing to me. Because
absolutely not the same. It's
not
absolutely
the
not the same. Not the same at all.
No.
CC,
y'all know each other.
Hold on. Come on, Waylon.
So what's the difference, right? So if I'm telling somebody, oh, that's a nice dress, or that hair is nice, and then the same comment, so I'm flirtatious, but the same comment comes from the female to the male saying, oh yeah, you got some pretty eyes, or your goatee is shaped up, or your hair is wavy, or
your body language and your eye language is totally different than Greg's.
Greg be like, you show it, you wearing that dress.
Look at you turn around.
Okay, man. That's different from saying that dress looks nice.
You look nice in your dress. Okay. So
but that's me helping you.
Reggie Rose will say,
come on, Kurt. Come on, red dress.
You look really nice in that dress. Blah, blah, blah. Great. You working that dress, girl. You doing that in the heels.
Wait. He be like, come on, red dress.
Come on, red dress.
Come on, red. I mean, what's wrong with that? That's what y'all be saying to each other. And you know what's so funny about it? I've experienced. Go ahead, Wayne.
So here's the thing. So what's the difference in when you say, let's say that's what you say. Come on, red dress. And but what's the difference between a female telling a dude, come on, suit?
It's no different.
Because we flirting.
It's no different.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Flirting is flirting. So whether a woman say it to a man that way or a man say it to a woman that way, at the end of the day, it's all the same. So don't Reggie, Pastor Reggie, to double standard us women. At the end of the day, you got 3 women saying the same thing about Greg. That sees him Monday and Wednesday since October.
And I will tell each one of y'all, I don't be look.
It's okay, Gregory.
My thing is you don't win all day. I'm gonna tell you how I look at it. If you don't win all day. You done went through a hustle and bustle or whatever. Bree done dealt with kids all day. Lisa got her own situation. You dealing with that person you deal with every day, and y'all come in. And I want to create a room where it's just unstressful. So if I got to say, come on, girl, I see you're looking good. You done lost some weight. I see you. Oh, Bree, girl. I like them jeans on you, girl.
But what we said was, you can't do that with every woman. Our women
I don't do that with every woman, though.
Yeah, yes, you do.
No, I don't. Well, only if y'all know.
Baby,
I'm never saying that.
I was playing. You don't do it every woman. I'm
playing. I have to disagree with you on that one. Greg feeds off your energy. So just knowing him for 20-some years, he 15. That he doesn't do. Greg feeds off your energy.
Just said I was playing. No, I was just playing.
Yeah. He feeds off your energy, but what I'm saying is sometimes we can take it, some women can take it as he's trying to push up on me, especially those vulnerable women. Greg is a gentleman. All 3 of you guys are gentlemen. Let me start there. We have the most these are the most, I've never seen so many respectful men in my life since I've I've been working with the full 180. They are complete gentlemen. They take care of me, Casey, and Bree. And I want to stress that, I don't want anybody to walk away here thinking that we're saying Greg isn't a gentleman or Reg or Charles isn't a gentleman, because that's not what we're saying.
Right.
But sometimes
you have to say he is.
Sometimes being who you are to certain people creates a situation that you're not ready for. And I found that out because I am a natural flirt. I do flirt, and I don't flirt intentionally, but there's certain people that I do flirt with, and I get that energy from them to open that door is what I'm saying. And he's been around, in your defense, you've been around some phenomenal women who have taught you to be the gentleman that you are and to respect women. So you portray that in your personality. We may think it's flirting, and it could just be you being who you've been taught to be.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, either way, I'll tell people all the time, you can say y'all flirting, but baby, I don't want you. Trust me, I don't want you. I'm good.
Yes.
I just said, hey, I just want to see you have a good day. You came in here a little rough on your shoulders, so let me see what I can do to make you smile.
And I told a lot of women that, baby, don't get that Mr. Screw. He doing his job right now. He paying the bills. Get your
Speaking of paying the bills, man.
Get over
Speaking of paying the bills, we got to get into it. We got to get into what we gonna do right here is go back. Yep. Gotta go back. With our very own Dr. B. So you.
All right, y'all. On this day, February 10th, 1966, economist Andrew Bremer was appointed to the Federal Reserve Board while he was gaining his PhD from Harvard University. He, under the appointment of U.S. President LBJ, he began his 8-year term on the Board of Governors for the of the Federal Reserve, becoming the first African American in that position. So he served on that position as he taught at Harvard for 2 years, and he formed his own consulting company, Bremer and Company, and he was a trustee of the economics, I can't say that right, for peace and security. So that is our Black History Month to this day.
It's all good, baby. It's all good. This Zoom thing got us thrown off a little bit, but it's been working. I like this. Look, let me get to these comments because I don't want nobody to say, you didn't make us feel involved. What's up, Yetta? Yetta say, don't flirt with someone you know is interested in you. But how do I know? I don't know you interested if I'm just telling you, hey. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. Charles, Yetta say, my mama, because I can get another significant other. Oh, well, unfortunately, she's not yours, but guess what? She ain't saving you, homeboy. Of course, she talking about tell them, Lisa. Greg, you ain't gonna pro CC differently. I'm gonna pro CC the same way I've been doing. What up, sis? I don't change it. Let's see. And then she did say you are a true gentleman, brother. Of course, that's my brother. So yeah, man, them are all the y'all keep hitting us with the comments, man. I'm glad y'all still enjoying the show. This is, like I said, we wanted to try something different. And trying to see what bigger things we can get out of doing this on the Zoom. So if you just now tuning in, or I'll get back to it and read the last one I have. Give me 1 second. Okay. So the other season, they call it winter. But like I said, we're using the cliches to paint a picture of see what season you're in. The time when things begin to cool as the normalcy of day-to-day life sets in. Winter offers us an opportunity to lean in the comfort and stability of familiarity, but it also sets us up for the dangerous frost of epiphany and the freezing of intentionality. We can start getting so accustomed to love that we begin to take it for granted. If we approach winter with understanding, we can allow our relationship to be strengthened by the struggle. Otherwise, we allow the struggle to serve our relationship. So that is what happens in winter. So when I read these, you know, and then we got to get to the word of the day. When I read these and go through these seasons and see what they bring about or whatever, and what happens in these different seasons, it triggers a couple questions in my head, but I'll deal with one. It talks about the normalcy in winter and the spirituality and the heat of things in summer and the spring is you laying new seeds or whatever. But I want to tag on this one a little bit. Now, with all these seasons going on, right? We have this issue where people have their season and when they're trying to be spiritual and trying to be a part of the church. So us Christian folk have how do we deal when somebody enters your life when they in one of these seasons? How do you bring them closer for them to feel what we feel when we enter or when we sit down or get on our knees at night and pray, instead of shunning them away or pushing them away? And I'm saying this because as Christians, we're supposed to bring people to Christ. But a whole lot of us are pushing a lot of people out of Christ.
So I feel like you just have to just continue to let your light shine and be an example. They'll get there as long as you are walking the walk and talking the talk. They'll see it and they'll gradually conform to what you guys. What I'm saying is you guys can end up being on the same page. You just got to continue to be you and serve your Lord and Savior and be true to what you're doing.
The only one word that comes to my mind is love.
Mm-hmm.
Love, you know, he said love is one of the greatest commandments. He wrote, you know, that was in the New Testament. And he was talking about, you know, basically, you know, it's not for me to talk at you, it's for me to talk to you. You know, a lot of times, you know, like you said, a lot of these churches, you know, it's a lot of condemnation. You know, you can't do this and you can't do that. It's like, you know, it's, you know, all of these rules and regulations, and it turns the person away when they just trying to get an understanding of themselves first. You know, so when you continue to try to show love, and like KC said, just continue to allowing, you know, your light to shine, you know, that would allow them to kind of align too, as well.
Okay.
And one thing
Anybody
else? We have to not be so quick to be judgmental. I think a lot of reasons that people kind of get away is that they feel like, you know, there's a stigma that we tend to feel like we're better than those who don't believe at the same level that we believe. And so I feel like for me, being a person who's reconnecting with my spirituality and continuously growing, I would express that same type of energy to someone else and say, hey, we can grow and we can learn together. You know what I mean? If they're willing, you know, but like they both say, you know, you have to just, you know, let people see it in you sometimes, and they will start to understand and, you know, kind of follow if they're willing. If not, then they'll knock themselves out there. You won't have to do nothing. You won't have to push them away.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, I pretty much agree with everybody else. Yeah.
Me too. I pretty much agree with everything. It's just you don't want to push them into it. You gotta like Reggie was saying, you know, the love situation. You know, just show them different ways. You can, you know, praise God and everything. I don't know where the echo coming from.
Got you. No, I agree with you, and that was the thing I was gonna hit on too, Reggie. That I was taught you love people in the church, and I'm using that as a visual to saying we're in this love season now. People are going out here and spending money, like thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, to make this one day special. Bro, if you love somebody, you're gonna see it every day. So my thing is, what I would say is, if you really want to love me, wake up every day looking for the best in me. Quit worrying about what I was wrong about yesterday. Because that was yesterday. I can't change yesterday, but I can learn from it and keep moving. And speaking of learning, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we just gotta get the commercialism out of love and start going back to the day and not use Little House on the Prairie. We can just pick some flowers out of the field as just because.
I like that.
You know?
I like that.
I mean, because it's not the flowers; it's the gesture behind them. And when you are upset because your gift didn't include Jared's, or it didn't include that $2.99 necklace from what's that place, K Jewelers. We've commercialized everything, and everything is posted, and everything is said, and everything is given to everybody. Like, your love life should be private. Your money, your love life, and your next move should be private. And as transparent as I am, I still say that it doesn't take all that commercialism to show that you love me. I'm not a Valentine's chick. I've never been. Now, do I make money off of Valentine's? Yes, I do.
Elite treats.
Right. I mean, but at the same time, I don't want that row of flowers at Walmart, or that box of candy over there at the chocolate place, or that necklace that's flashed on the TV. Like, if you're gonna do something for me, do something that I like. Make me a Dr. Pepper basket, or bring me a Dr. Pepper, in the middle of the night, or some Lay's potato chips. One of them 365 days of the year, not just February 14th. So I think if we back up, they back up. But we're so got to have the balloons and the teddy bear. I mean, it starts in high school. Remember when you could go buy the $1 sucker and balloon, and it was delivered to the classroom? I mean, it was about how many balloons and how many lollipops you got. You didn't know who they came from. So, grade.
I'm gonna do you one better. I'm just gonna pay all the bills and bring it to you. Put paid on them. Lay them on the bed. Paid. How about that?
Right, in March, in June.
For the next 3 months. Well, look, man. We always do this. We got to have it, because if we don't have it, the show just ain't quite right. It is time for that special time we call the word of the day, from none other than our own Pastor Reggie.
Thank you, Jed. Thank you, Trigger. Thank you, KC. Thank you, L Boogie, Dr. B, DJ Legends. And it's funny because when I was writing this down, I wrote this down earlier, which kind of fits what we were actually talking about. The one thing it says, the enemy, and I'm sure y'all may have heard this before, but the enemy will fight you in the area he fears you in. The enemy will fight you in the area that he fears
you better say that
you in. So when I say that, that means don't get comfortable.
My.
Pain and suffering points to your assignment. Pain and suffering points to your assignment. So God is saying, and this is something he told me why. He said, I'm trying to get you to understand that I'm waiting on you to exit from yourself. There's a song that says, God, deliver me from me. I listen to that song all the time, because at some point in time, we say that God, deliver me from myself, deliver me from my own mistakes and my own iniquities and my own circumstances that I actually made on my own. So it goes back to me, rather than claiming to be the victim, I need to start claiming to be the owner, so I won't make those same mistakes. At some point in time, you should be tired of hurting yourself. And I'm not talking about hurting yourself physically. I'm talking about hurting yourself mentally.
Indeed.
You have to remove yourself out of the equation and allow God to be God, because a lot of times you may be in the way of your own blessings. So in all of that, you still got to, as we say, trust the train.
Come on, boy. You always bring it home, player. I appreciate you, man. When I tell you are an addition to what we do, you are the addition, man. Look, man, we hope you got something out Saturday. This was different for us. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, leave us a comment. Send us an email at the full180@gmail.com. If you want to be a sponsor, if you want to be an investor to the show, if you have a topic that you want us to bring about and actually have conversation about that you may be struggling with, shoot us an email, DM us, hit us on our Facebook page. Please go subscribe to our Facebook, to our YouTube page. We have a lot of big things coming up. As far as the Valentine's Day party, I'm sorry to say it, but the live show, it may not go off as planned, but God works in mysterious ways. So I never say never, but I do like to put it out there and make sure that because I don't like putting us in the forefront of things, and things doesn't go as planned. Now, when I say that, there's nobody at fault. The pandemic is real, so it may be something we have to reschedule for another time. So, Brother Arthur, you always we always on board. So whenever you're ready to get First Fridays kicking, whatever we got to do to help brother understand, we are definitely with it. And if it don't hit off, then I want to make sure that all our viewers knew at this time, so we won't hit them at the last minute or anything. But we're going to say not yet, but I promise you it's coming soon. And while you're ready, get ready for Juneteenth. The Blairs will be right there at Fair Park, walking from Papa Bear Park to all the way to Fair Park, man. Your crew will be live on the stage. So we'll make sure we give you feedback about that. Always catch up with coming soon will be I Am Victory by Miss CC. Definitely want to plug that. And of course, my own cousin, Miss Cornelia Wilson, she has it, To Leave or To Love. You decide. Check out that podcast as well, man. We are growing in so many ways. I can be very honest with you and transparent, say sometimes this ship moves a little faster than I was expecting. But as I was taught a long time ago, too much is given, much is required. So he built me to make sure I make it do, and he put me around the people that I needed to make it do with. So when they say a village, this is my village when it comes to the full 180. But we're gonna go get out of here, man. This was interesting. I'm glad. I hope you had a good time. Of course, we can't leave. I want y'all to have y'all last word. Come on, Dr. B.
Oh man, this was great. We pulled it off. it was smooth. I enjoyed it. We gotta give the people what they want. But I appreciate y'all as always. The weather is coming in real nasty, so y'all make sure that y'all stay safe out there. Make sure that y'all follow all the COVID protocols so that we can continue and being in this community together. All right.
Yes, ma'am. Lisa, L Boogie Treats.
What's up, y'all? We did pull this off, didn't we? Like, I was a little nervous at first when y'all said Zooms. Y'all know I ain't techie like that, but we pulled it off, and we look good. I see us now. We look good on the camera. But anyway, I challenge everybody this week to love the one that you are with, invest in your relationships, be true to yourself. And like Casey says, pick one emotion, deal with it, and not make the best of your relationship, but invest in your relationship like you invested in these people's time, this workplace that you go to. You follow the job description with them, you're on time, you're investing, you're cleaning your desk, you're checking in and getting evaluations. Evaluate your relationship. Instead of putting money into it and going out and buying all these flowers and chocolate and teddy bears that's going to have 2021 on it, go ahead and invest in your relationship and put time into that relationship. Sit down and have some conversations over a glass of wine and a home-cooked meal. And yet again, please do not post these pictures next week with these baked potatoes in this fall. Okay? Y'all have a good night.
Casey is there.
Thank you, everybody that tuned in. Like Brian, like Lisa said, I have enjoyed this Zoom. We pulled it off. That's the full 180. That's all I can say. But Pastor Reggie said something that really stuck with me, and he spoke about love. And I know we're in the love season, so I wanted to touch on 1 Corinthians 13, where it says, love is patient and it's kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it's not proud, it's not rude, it's not self-seeking, it's not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrong. That one probably is my favorite one. It does not delight in evil, it rejoices with the truth. It always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, and it always perseveres. Love never fails. So just make sure that when we're loving with the love of the Lord. That we're not loving according to how we want to love, maliciously or controlling, but we love how Christ loves us. So that's my final word.
And shout out to Made and Accepted by the King, my girl Michelle. I get my sweatshirt soon. Excuse me. Made and Accepted and Approved by the King. Yeah. She my shout out to my girl KC, Miss Michelle. She hooking us up. So I got some things coming for the rest of the crew. Pastor Pretty Rich, anything, brother?
Yeah, some. I mean, boy, I tell you, KC, boy, she be on it, and she hit on something, and just something that just kind of triggered me. And I just want to tell people, don't spend money trying to find love. Don't spend money trying to find love. Love yourself.
Absolutely.
Then you love other people.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uncle C.
Hey,
what's
man.
the word, baby?
Hey, this Zoom was good tonight. I loved it. This is something that we can keep adding on to and everything. But thank everybody who was listening. We still here. We ain't going nowhere. Keep following us. We're going to follow you. One more thing. Support your Black businesses. And also, the Black businesses that are out there, make sure you have good customer service.
Come on.
Man.
What's that customer service?
Man.
No.
Just, look, that boy, you done said that's a whole, we're gonna have a show called Customer Service.
Absolutely.
Man, we're gonna talk about it.
In the Black community.
In the Black community, because some customer service, even the customer service at your house ain't always good. Kids ain't speaking. Well, look, man, it's been fantastic. Hey, man, by the grace of God, He put it in me, and we pulled it off. And hey, I couldn't do it without my crew. So kudos to all of y'all. Appreciate everyone who jumped on and watched the show. Miss Yetta always in the building. Hey, CC, what's going on? Kim Caked Up. Everyone here who came to visit us today, man, we appreciate you for always supporting us. And like Uncle C said, we will always support you. Always catch us here Monday and Wednesday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. One day we'll get out for 10. One day. But until then, we got to give it to the people. As my mother would say, give the people what they want. And since y'all say y'all want us, I'm going to make sure that I always try to present and give the people what they want. I live by two mantras. One, faith and fear cannot dwell in the same place. And for this special day that's coming up, for your Valentine's Day, I want you to do yourself a favor. Love, live, and laugh with the one that you with or whoever that you can be around and do it. Until then, man, we'll see y'all Monday at 9 o'clock. It goes down always right here on the 4180. We out of here. Holla.
Where the money reside, What?
Where the money reside.
Where the money reside. Hey. Damn, we out of here.
I can't stand here, boy. You know where the money reside.
What a word.
Man, this was cool. Yeah, cool. Very, very cool.
Are we still live? I still see that live button on there.
I still see the live button.
Hold on. Let me cut us out. Because y'all.
I might throw something out there to the public.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna end the Zoom call because I don't know how you gonna act. Bye. I'll call each other.
Look, unfiltered.
Out of here.
Oh.